Hi, my name is Jeff Carpenter. I'm a solution engineer with Sigma Computing. Today I'm going to focus on using AI in Sigma to ask questions and gain insight into your historically, what I'd say is dark data, meaning PDF files, Word documents, PowerPoints, audio, video files, images. We're going to focus on that, but to tell the story in this particular use case, I'm going to highlight another great feature we have along the way, which is the ability to use APIs in Sigma. In this case, I'm going to do read and writes into Salesforce. So I'm going to show you that in a few minutes along the way as we go. But the reason I'm starting here is I'm going to talk to a supply chain ghost hunt type of scenario. Let's say we have some product that's gone missing and we need to find it. What you'll see here in red is I have an opportunity, which is a renewal for one of our customers, ABC. And they're super upset because they're missing a particular order number. So I'm going to key in on this order number and see if I can find out where the missing inventory is. And you have to remember the reason there may be issues like that with companies, they might lose a lot of time and money, is because people might not have time to enter things into the proper system in real time. But by gathering insight from unstructured data and allowing people to load in audio files, pictures, things like this along the way, even if they're in the warehouse, then I can get immediate insight via Sigma. So let me show you how that can work. I'm going to open up my other workbook here, which I give access to my warehouse staff. And what they can do is load things like bills of lading. So let's say the bills of lading are highlighted here. Sometimes they print them out in the morning and it looks like, product is all set to go. And maybe when ABC called in, they said, oh yeah, you guys should have it. But maybe there was an incident. Maybe something happened. And in this case, there is exactly that. I'll play a snippet of this audio.
There was an incident in Zone B at 4 p.m.
Incident in Zone B, I won't play the whole thing, but I'm using AI Transcribe here in Snowflake, which is what I'm connected to transcribe that audio into full text. And it's also allowing me to do a similar thing using AI Parse Document to do the same on my bills of lading. So you see here, we're XYZ, we have products set to ship out to ABC. In this order number, this is the key one that's in question. So it has been tagged in this bill of lading. It has been packaged up seemingly onto a pallet, but we just can't find it. All right. Now, when I'm loading this, the AI parse document, the transcribe, I'm actually pulling in the full contents. So in other words, it's pulling out a parse like everything in the document. Right? But I'm just showing a summary view, so it's very easy for end users, business users to consume this, to look at it, to see what's here. I also give the ability to translate this. Maybe we're a global operation, and I want people all over the world to be able to access this and use it in language of choice and flip around to whatever they need. So we give you the ability to load files. You can review the files in raw format. You can do AI against them. And then you can do what I would call multimodal inquiries. So in other words, asking questions across different unstructured data types. So in other words, I can ask questions, how long is the audio? And it's going to search across all of these. And it's going to say, oh, I found this new recording 34. And it looks like it's 11.24 seconds long, based on your question. But I can also ask questions against all the documents. And I'll show you that in 1 second. Let's say, however, though, I'm going to take the role now of somebody in the warehouse floor. And I'm going to say, maybe I'm allowing them to load images. So this is connected to my iPhone. You see here I have the old iPhone mini. But I can connect to this same workbook via my mobile device. And I can even interact with it. So I could choose a photo. I don't want to bore you with all my pictures, so I just pulled one of them down into my download section. But what this allows me to do is load from a mobile device as well. So say I'm a warehouse worker, I'm snapping a picture because I just moved a pallet around. I even, in this case, put a handwritten note on the pallet, and using AI Complete, it's going to look at that image. It's going to even recognize what's on the handwritten note. So think of how powerful this is for so many different types of use cases. So you see here, there's the preview of the image in the mobile device. It's running the AI right now, so it loaded the file to, in this case, I'm pointed to an S3 bucket. Snowflake is then able to read it. It's able to do the transcribe. If I come back to this view as my desktop worker, I'm simply refreshing we'll see that image is just loaded that my worker on the floor did. And look at that. That's the bill of lading that I need. That's the missing pallet. And somebody even put a handwritten note. They said, hey, we moved it by the side gate. So now when I ask a question and I want to say, hey, missing inventory for this order number from the customer, where could it be? And notice that number's not used in the file name or anything, but with the AI parse document, it found that that customer was listed on this bill of lading, the 3411000. So now when I ask a question like, hey, where could this be? It's looking, not only does it find that on the right bill of lading, which is represented right here. It found it on the bill of lading. It knows how many packages and one pallet, but also this. Look, 4 p.m. There was an incident in Zone B. It also can see that there's the photograph here on the side gate. So after looking through all this, it's saying, hey, check the overflow area. I've found your product. Now I can come back to the system. I can click on ABC renewal. I can say, you know what? I'm calling the customer. I get their buy-in. I say, we found it. We're going to ship overnight. I'm able to confidently put this back into the negotiation phase. Maybe I'm going to put it at a 95%. I'm going to change the note here. Maybe I would leave the old one. That's fine. I'm updating. Now what's happening here? It's using the API. It wrote to Salesforce. It did the update. Then it did an immediate read to show the update in my view here. And now when I click to open this up in Salesforce, what I can see is it's changed to negotiation 95%, and down here is resolved. Okay, so these things are live. If I change that probability and I say, you know what, it should really just be 80%, let's talk more. All this is live. When I do this stuff, I update back to Salesforce. It's immediate. So whether people are looking here in Sigma or whether they're here and looking in Salesforce, all of this information is passing through. So there's the new 80%, and it's resolved. Let's talk more. Okay. Now, if I dissect this just for a moment, just for the technical folks to show you how this works, it's really three things here. When I do a load of a file, I'm actually looking at the metadata to see the type. And I'm saying, hey, if it's an image type, I'm going to do what we call like a to file. So we're going to use that metadata to grab the guts of that file. And then we're going to call AI complete in Snowflake and give a detailed description. And this LLM, what this is doing is I have an input box hidden on my admin page. And it's just saying, in this case, use Claude Sonnet 4.5. For audio video, it's doing an AI transcribe on the file. And then it's saying with AI complete to give a detailed description. For documents, it's doing an AI parse. And then it's doing a get for the content field within the JSON, basically, of that full parse. And then, it's using AI complete. So that's how I'm getting full descriptions of all the different types of media types or file types. And if I was just to show you actually from complete scratch, I'm just going to do a brand new page for a minute. I'm going to show you doing an input table. So when we're using the browse button and I'm loading, I'm actually just feeding that through an action into an input table, something like this. So we have this new file type. I can come in here, I can grab like that image that we were looking at a minute ago. And now I can just start dissecting. So in other words, if I did a calculated field and I just said, for example, JSON, and I click on, this new file type, what it does is it shows me all the metadata. So in other words, I can see the name of the file, what type it is. And then I'm able to do those questions and say, hey, are you an image? Are you text, etc. But then I can start getting into some really sophisticated things. Like I can put in the AI complete call here just with another calculation. So if I wanted to just come back to my summary for a minute and just grab this one for images, I'm just going to come in here to calculation and paste that in. And I'm going to make one small change. If I do it through just an input table itself versus the file upload, I just need to put in this quick little array thing to grab the first object. And now what this is doing is it's running that AI complete. It's analyzing the picture and it's saying, hey, just give a full-blown description. I could ask other questions like what colors are represented here, or what would you classify this type of object as? And it would come back and say a palette. But in this case, I'm just saying, give me a full dump of everything you got on this picture. All right, that's it. So we're happy to dive in deeper with any sorts of explanations, demos. We love talking about AI in all its capabilities within Sigma. There's lots of other ways we can use AI in Sigma, whether it's helping you build out your workbook pages, your dashboards, your forms, your workflows, for formulas, for just doing an ask data, like just ask across my organization, what were sales today, things like this. Happy to talk to folks about all that great stuff. So hope this helps, and take care. Thank you.